Hello, good morning, and good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me and see me okay, or if the background music is too loud. So we got Big Mayo up in the chat, Reliable Bank Solutions, Prodigal, welcome, thanks for being here. We have a new name and a new face. I'm gonna get your name wrong for sure. Sapatos Nikamaki from Taiwan. Welcome. Good to have you. What time is it in Taiwan? I'm wondering. Deb M, good to see you as always. And you guys tell me if the background music is too distracting. We have our friend Nanad doing some more liquid drum and bass music. Always happy to support one of our school community members who is doing some amazing things with his YouTube channel. So Nanad, I don't know if you're out there, but keep up the great work, sir. You know, you guys, if you had said to me a year ago that I would be doing weekly live streams on YouTube and listening to drum and bass music, I would have told you that you're crazy. But here we are. And it's actually pretty cool. So thanks for hanging out with me on these live streams, and thanks for all the support. Okay, maybe a hair lower. Let's do a hair lower. This is all a big experiment, so just bear with me. Let me know if that's better, Deb. Yeah, and what's great about this too is it's copyright free. I'm not gonna get a copyright strike because it's all Nanad's music. And if I get a copyright strike, it's because he gave me a copyright strike, and then he's gonna get booted from the community. So I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. But yeah, if you guys like this music, his channel is called Liquid Hour DMB. And I'll put it in the chat if anyone's interested. Howdy, howdy. Living with Parkinson's, hello and welcome. Frankie, welcome. Hope you guys are having a great week. So this week, I was playing around with a new, well, I don't want to call it a new tool. I was playing around with a tool that I've been using for a while. And yesterday in my school community, we did a workshop on packaging. So we talk about things like titles and thumbnails and hooks. And I thought we might spend some time in today's live stream for anyone who needs help with their titles for their YouTube videos. If you have an upcoming video that you're making and you want some feedback, or if you are, maybe you have a video already on your channel and you're like, it didn't do that great, maybe I should retitle it. I would love to hear from you, because maybe we could pull up that video and we could do a little bit of analysis to figure out how can we make that title better. So that's the premise of today's live stream. If anyone wants to volunteer, just let me know in the chat and we'll take a look at your channel, we'll take a look at the video, and then I'll show you this tool that I've been using for anyone who's interested in using it as well. I see we've got Rob up in the chat. Hey, Rob, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. She does crypto. Hello. I wonder what your channel is about. I'm kidding. I'd love to hear your take on Bitcoin, because where's Bitcoin right now? It's like 110, 111. I do watch Bitcoin pretty regularly. And I have a couple of crappy meme coins that are not doing well. But good to have you here in the chat. The Carb Survivor, hello. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Yeah, where's Bitcoin right now? I haven't looked this morning. Hey, Mary, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Doing great. Thanks for asking. 111. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's pretty close to its all-time high, which is amazing. I'm hoping it can break through and reach new ground, but it's also a little nerve-wracking at the same time. So, okay. So who's out there that has a video on your channel and you're not happy with how it performed and you want to maybe repackage it or retweak it in some capacity? Put a link. Can you put a link in the chat for that video? Or maybe just let me know, like raise your hand or tell me you want me to take a look at one of your videos and we'll do that. And then we will, I'll show you this tool and we can maybe come up with a better title for you. I'm doing good. Reliable Bank Solutions. Good to have you back. Okay, we have a volunteer. We have our first victim. Let me pull up your channel. Okay, you guys, we're gonna do a roast. I'm just kidding. We don't do roasts here. Which video? Actually, what's this one all about? This USA, oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen here. Let me know if you can see this. Okay, so we got Reliable Bank Solutions here. I'm really bad at switching my scenes. So if I'm ever talking about something and you don't know what the heck I'm even talking about, just tell me. So we've got Reliable Bank Solutions channel up. Tell me about this last video. What was the purpose of that one? I'm going to click in. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me show you guys this quick workflow that I've been using lately. If you are needing help with your titles. Okay. So we got this. I'm really bad with my scenes. So we got this video. I don't know what this video is about. This title doesn't really tell me what the video is about. So we're going to go to the transcript. Except it doesn't have a transcript. Is this just music? Like, is there any words in here? Maybe this is not a good video to look at. Okay, not the best video to look at. Does this video, well, we'll come back to it. Let's do this one. Why everyone needs to know global remittances. One view 13 days ago. Does this one have any words in it? Is there any text? Like, is there any like spoken words? Okay, I'm not quite sure why I cannot get the transcript for these videos. You guys, am I missing something? Is it, I mean, it's kind of early here for me. I might be still asleep, but shouldn't there be a show transcript button down here? Okay, so you're not speaking in the video. So really what we need is a video where you're speaking. If there is no speaking in the video, then this isn't going to really work out, because what we're going to do is grab the transcript. We were going to grab the transcript of what was being spoken. We were going to give it to our best friend ChatGPT, and we were going to say, tell me what this video is about and give me a 3-sentence description. And then we were going to use that 3-sentence description to generate a new title for the video. So in the absence of that, Reliable Bank Solutions, here's what I need from you. If you can, let's do this video right here. Give me a 3-sentence description of what this video is about. put it in the chat when you're ready. And if anyone else wants to go next, feel free to come up with your own 3-sentence description of any video you have on your channel and just save that. We can come back to you once we're done with this one. And I'll just show you this quick workflow. We're going to use a tool called Creator Hooks Pro. Oh, my internet is really slow. And we are going to do a title generator. And we're going to see what it comes up with. Hey, Mike. Welcome. Good to see you again. All right, so Reliable Bank Solutions, do you have a 3-sentence description that we can use? For this video right here, why everyone needs to know global remittances. All right, see you later. She does crypto. 1:15 today. Let's do it. All right, maybe does anyone else have a video that they want me to take a look at? Video maybe already posted to your channel that we might want to think about tweaking the title for. So any videos that you feel like maybe doesn't have the best packaging or the strongest title, throw it in the chat or just raise your hand and I'll take a look at your channel. And if not, I can do one for my own. Keep it moving. Em, you got one? Let's see. We'll go to Em's channel. All right, Em, we're going to put you on the spot here. Mika's Corner. Okay, Mika, we'll come back to you. Good to see you, by the way. Thanks for being here. All right, Em, is there a video on your... By the way, your titles and thumbnails are already great. So we'll do the exercise, but you probably don't need to change anything. But is there a particular video that we would want to use as an example, maybe? I just love your thumbnails. They just pop. Everything about them pops. And almost 600 subscribers. You're getting real close there. Maybe we'll just find one that is, maybe this one, my weekly reset, an introduction. Yeah, let's do this one. So this was from a month ago, 354 views. I'm going to grab the transcription from this video. We're going to go show transcript and get rid of the timestamps. Copy the whole transcript. And then we're going to go to ChatGPT. And we're just going to grab a quick 3-sentence description. And we'll see what it comes up with. All right, so here's our description. I give you behind the scenes look at my week 21 reset. Okay, so this is great. We're gonna copy this and then we're gonna go to Creator Hooks. And you guys might not have access to this tool. This is a paid tool, but I'm just giving you a quick demo here in case this is interesting to you. What's great about these guys is they have a free newsletter that you can sign up for and you get an email every Monday. And in that email, you get a really clean breakdown of high performing outlier videos and specifically the title frameworks that they're using and the emotional click triggers that are in those titles. So if you feel like you need help with your titles, it's a really good newsletter to sign up for because it'll give you a lot of good insights on how you can reverse engineer titles for yourself. So we're going to take this 3-sentence description, and then here's where you can just plug it in and you can actually pick different click triggers that you might want to use for your titles. So we could do fear. We could do it a listicle style. We could do a move from pain style of title, open a loop, pose a question. Like there's all of these different click triggers that you can pick from. You can do a comparison like X versus Y. Let's just pick that one and see what it comes up with. And then we're gonna do generate title ideas. And then Em, you're gonna have to keep me honest here. If any of these titles are even remotely in the ballpark for this particular video. Okay, we can come back and do move from pain. We'll do that one next. And then, hey, Sherry, I see you're here as well. Rosani, welcome. All right, so here are some of the recommended titles that Creator Hooks Pro came up with, specifically using the X versus Y comparison. So if you take a look, pretty much every title is going to be something versus something. So Emma, I don't know if any of these actually work for for this particular video. Yay or nay? But if you guys feel like you have just really bad title for your video, this is a really great way of just getting something, something in there that might be a little more visually appealing, that might earn the click. I kind of like this one. Well, this has like 3 things: weekly reset versus daily planning versus monthly review. My 3-tier system revealed. That might be a little long, to be honest. Yeah, it might be that the video is, it's like, hey, I did it a while ago. I don't really know what's even in the video at this point. It was my weekly reset and introduction. Look at this, nice little uptick here on views. Let's do a move from pain. We're gonna change the filter here and we're gonna regenerate some more titles. All right, here's what we got. Wait a minute. Here we go. My week 21 reset behind the scenes. Em, how do these look? I know you don't really remember the video all that well. I don't know why it's putting this YouTube rabbit hole in here. Let's read the description. Oh, well, you obsessed over the channel. Yeah. Keep YouTube from swallowing everything else. Okay, got it. So basically, hopefully this rings true. Yeah, exactly. You were talking about how to not let your YouTube channel consume you. So I guess the first check would be to make sure that this is a good description of the video itself, and then validate if these titles are actually speaking true to the nature of the video. But as you can see, these are quite a bit more descriptive, than this here, my weekly reset and introduction. So, I mean, it might be, you might want to consider potentially one of these titles, just because, there might be more intrigue. There might be more, there might be something in here that actually earns the click versus just what you have. I don't know, just any thoughts? I think some of these are pretty good. Yeah, how to stop YouTube from eating your life. Gosh, I think we all need that video, don't we? But these almost feel like they're too much about YouTube. So it just depends if that's actually what the video is about. The next to last one. Never let channel growth kill your personal goals again. My systems reveals. So yeah, and then basically you can copy that. You can go into your YouTube studio and yeah. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, food for thought. Food for thought. Thanks for volunteering. Here's the other cool thing about this tool. So if you guys haven't seen this before, I did share this in one YouTube video on my channel. But this tool has a giant database of all of these high-performing videos over the last few years. And they're constantly updating this thing. So you can see that they've been adding videos slowly to this library. And the idea is all of the videos that they're capturing in here are high-performing videos for the channel. And they are basically like evaluating the framework of the titles. And they're saying like, what is the framework? And you can see on this one over here, the title itself is Nintendo is already banning Switch 2. And this video did really, really well. The click triggers are these four right here: curiosity, drama, negativity, and news. And then here's the framework. And it kind of gives you this plug and play framework that you can use for maybe one of your titles for one of your videos. And then there's this cool remix feature right here. So it already knows what my channel is about. I could click on remix, and then it's going to essentially show me a bunch of different titles that I could make videos about specifically for my niche. So kind of neat, kind of cool. All right, Deb, have a good one. Good luck recording. Break a leg, so they say. It's a little bit slow. Normally this moves a little bit quicker. Hey Circuits, how are you? Good to see you. All right, I know we had one more person who volunteered to have their channel looked at. Who was that? So for those of you who've just joined, we're doing a bit of a title workshop today. Oh man, I couldn't remix it. Okay, let's try another one. This one. Oh yes, thank you, Em. Mika's Corner. Let me find Mika's. Okay, here we go. So just really quick, we're gonna come to Mika's Corner next. We're gonna take a look at the channel and maybe see if we can tweak one of the titles on one of their old videos. But here's what the remix came up for me. So you guys know I'm in the YouTube growth space. So I make videos about helping people try to grow on YouTube. It borrowed this framework from this one title that did really, really well. And it came up with all of these different options of videos I could potentially make. So 15 habits that quietly boosted my YouTube growth. 8 habits that quietly mastered video editing. 7 habits that quietly optimized my workflow. I could probably make that video. Is that a video you guys would watch? How to optimize a video or a workflow, I should say. I'm going to save that one. The rest of these, I'm not really sure. Not really sure if I like. Maybe enhanced my filming skills. I don't know if I like the word enhanced, but anyways, you could change the number. It doesn't have to be 20. It could be like 3 habits that secretly enhanced my filming skills or that quietly enhanced my filming skills. So what's cool though is you can save these and then you can come back into your favorites, and then you can see all the different titles that you've saved over time, and this could then help inform your content strategy. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at Mika's Corner. And by the way, if there's anyone else out there who wants me to look at your YouTube channel and give you some tips on a new title for one of your videos, just throw your hand up and we'll take a look. We'll pull in Mika's Corner right now. Yeah, thanks, Em, for the reminder. All right, so Mika's channel is about real life situations that we all go through, how things change when becoming a widow, how it feels getting older, what our childhood was like growing up, learning new hobbies and making new friends, and of course, fur babies. Oh, I love it. Okay, so take a look at videos. And looks like you're pretty active posting, which is great. Nice job. I'm just looking at the titles now to see which one we might want to look at. All right, I think this one might be a good candidate. Or maybe this one. Let's do this one. Let's do the most recent one. 20 hours ago, 14 views. So I'm just going to pull that one up. We're going to grab the transcription from the description here. Grab the whole thing. We'll go to ChatGPT. And then I'll just say, hey, read that and give me a 3-sentence description of the video. Do you guys ever do this? Where you take these transcriptions into ChatGPT to like get a summary or pull out insights or maybe study the way the video is crafted? I do it all the time. All right, so we've got this nice description. I'm just going to read it here. So Steffi from Mika's Corner opens up about the emotional struggle of decluttering while preparing to move to a safer, more spacious home, sharing how sentimental attachments and guilt make it tough to decide what to keep, donate, or toss. She outlines her practical plan, sorting possessions into keep, donate, and discard zones. Oh, I like that. Offering freebies to neighbors and possibly filming parts of the process while reflecting on relief and excitement of leaving an unrepaired, uncomfortable rental for a 2-bedroom place with a yard and a pool. That sounds nice. The video ends with their trademark reminder to be kind, stay positive, and follow along. Okay, this is great. Hopefully, Mika's Corner, if you're still here, maybe you go by Steffi. If you're still here, I hope that this description rings true to your video. What do we think a good click trigger would be for this one, you guys? Let me know. I think move from pain might be a good one. We did that for Emm's last video. But just so you know, like there's a variety of subconscious reasons people might click on a video title. Some of that would have to do with the fact that you are presenting yourself as an authority on a topic. It might be catered towards beginners. I make a lot of beginner-friendly content on my channel. Some people like conflict and drama. Is it Debbie? Do you go by Debbie? Okay. Controversy. There's all of these things in here. Okay, so Circuit FM says nostalgia. That's interesting. I wonder if that's even in here. It doesn't look like it. Okay, Debbie, thank you. So anyways, there's a lot of click triggers in here. Sometimes, it might even be like too many, right? Because we're not, it's like analysis paralysis. What about new opportunity? I don't really know what that is, but let's pick that one and let's generate some titles. And we'll see if we can come up with something that might be suitable for this video. All right, so here's some options. And Debbie, tell me if you like any of these. I kind of like this first one. The new way I'm decluttering for my move, no more guilt. And then, by the way, here's the definition of new opportunity, because I didn't know when I selected what it was. A new opportunity gives your audience hope. They haven't failed at this new opportunity yet, so they feel like they can finally have success with this new thing. So Debbie, maybe that's the point of the video, is to give people hope. Like you're talking about your journey and what you're going through with this decluttering phase and how you're organizing it. But at the same time, maybe the reason you're telling that story is to give other people hope that they can do it as well. Don, you said guilt-free solution. Is that one of the titles? Am I missing it? Oh, like this one, no more guilt. Yeah, you like number one. Yeah, I agree, Em. They should definitely do like a hover. Maybe there is. I'll come back to that in a second. But here, let me put this in here for you. I'm going to put it in the chat. Now, again, Debbie, I'm not telling you to go change your title on this video. Just giving you suggestions, alternatives. If you're open to it, if you want to give it a shot, you're more than welcome to use really any of these. But maybe let's come back and... Okay, so Em, to your point, under the recent triggers, down here, these are triggers that I've previously used for other videos. It does give you that kind of mouse over, which is nice. Let's try this refute objection one. Because Debbie, there might be people out there who refuse to declutter for a variety of reasons. And maybe this video will help inspire them to do it. And maybe your title will help them, will overcome the objections that they have. All right, so here are some refute objections. I like this top one. How I'm decluttering my entire home without losing my mind. My moving declutter strategy without the overwhelming guilt. Okay. How to let go of sentimental items without feeling like you're betraying memories. Gosh, that one hits hard, doesn't it? How to decide what to keep when moving without second-guessing every decision. How I'm tackling the hardest part of moving without breaking down. So there's some good ones in here. Let's do the open loop. That one right here. Yeah, I wish you would keep more. Like, I wish you had like a full... I might provide that feedback. Or maybe it's in an FAQ we can look at. Yeah, the Carb Survivor says that they use ChatGPT, come up with about 10 title options, and then they're usually pretty good. Yeah, I think for the most part, like ChatGPT does a halfway decent job. Sometimes you might be... and you can tell ChatGPT too, like you could give it any of these click triggers and say, hey, give me 10 titles that hit on FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. And it'll do it. Like it follows the instruction really, really well. So a lot of the stuff I'm showing you here, you can do in ChatGPT. This just gives you a bit of a simplified kind of user interface. All right, so we're doing open loop. And it doesn't tell us what open loop is here. Oh, right here. Okay, so open loop is when you start a story, but you don't finish it. It makes people crave to know what happened, so they have to click your video. It's also known as a curiosity gap or cliffhanger. Hey, Simon, how are you? Let me get rid of that. So here's an example. I started decluttering for my big move. What I discovered about myself will surprise you. So you can kind of see how that lends itself to being a curiosity-inducing title. It's like, what did you discover? What was surprising about it? Sometimes, though, these feel a little bit gimmicky. Do you guys feel that? Like some of these titles where it's like, I don't know, you'll never guess what happened. They feel like a little cheesy, a little gimmicky, a little juvenile. That's just kind of my take on it. Yeah, what I'm about to share will shock you. I don't know, like, is it shocking? Maybe it really is, but is that the right word? But anyways, Debbie, I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments in the chat here if you found any value in going through this exercise. And if you end up using that title, let me know if it helps increase any of the views. Yeah, the science of raising horses. Some are gimmicky, but the ones about it changed my perspective is nice. And then, yeah, Rosani, sort of clickbait. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line. If you genuinely have an experience that was shocking, then use that. But a lot of us from day to day don't have a lot of shocking experiences in life. So it's not really all that true to form, if you will. Let me ask, does anyone else have a video on your channel that you want me to helpfully come up with a new title for? Yeah, you're welcome, Debbie. I'm really curious if you end up changing the title, if it works. Sometimes small changes can have a big impact. And again, but there's no guarantees, there's no promises. I can't tell you how many times I have changed my titles on my videos and they've had zero impact. So just food for thought. All right, the Science of Raising Horses has volunteered. And if anyone else wants me to do this for your channel as well, let me know. I feel like I may have missed somebody, but I'll just ask you guys to keep me honest. Oh, hey, Ninad. Okay, cool. Debbie, glad to hear that. It won't hurt, right? It's always good to experiment. All right, so we have the Science of Raising Horses. We're going to look at a video on their channel, and we're going to see if we can tweak the title a little bit. And by the way, look at you go. Look at these last two videos. 2,000 views, 2,000 views. Congratulations. That's amazing. I love that. Good for you. Okay, so I definitely don't want to touch these videos at all because they're already doing well for your channel. But is there a video that maybe this one here, the 3 hidden killers that threaten, I'm not going to say that word right. Is it fowls everywhere? Oh, yeah, let's do that. We can work on an upcoming video as well. So if you can give me a 3-sentence description of your next video, put it in the chat, and then I'll put it into the tool and we'll take a look at it. I also kind of want to look at this one though.
This deadly trio of...
If that's okay with you. We're going to take a look at this one really quick. In the meantime, get me a 3-sentence description of the upcoming video that you're working on, and we'll take a look at that one too. Yeah, baby horses. I sort of inferred that. I just didn't know, like, I never knew how it was spelled. So it kind of caught me off guard. All right, so this video breaks down the deadly trio behind 40% of fowl fatalities. That's some science words I won't be able to pronounce. Okay, so this looks like a really good detailed description. Early warning signs, diagnostic steps, intensive, often expensive support or antibiotic treatments required for survival. Finally, it outlines practical prevention tactics from hyperclean. Okay, so this is a great description. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna go into Creator Hooks Pro. We're gonna put that description in here. It might be too long. Can you shorten it? Okay, foals, like coals. Thanks, Em. What was I saying? Fowls? Crap. Maybe a little bit longer. You know what I wish? I wish ChatGPT could understand word count. All right, hold on. We're going to use this. How about, I think for this one too, move from pain. Okay, and then Science of Raising Horses. We're going to come back to the description that you just put in the chat. So thank you for that. But I kind of want to look at this one video first. So you're going to get two here. And we'll move quickly in case anyone else wants to go. So here are some move from pain suggestions. And again, just to level set, we are working on this video here. I believe it's this one. Yeah. This video here, which was posted I think it was 9 days ago or 3 weeks ago. It has 101 views. So the video didn't do nearly as well as some of your most recent videos. The current title is The 3 Hidden Killers That Threaten Foals Everywhere. Here's what we're coming up with. Why Your Foals Are Dying. The 3 Silent Killers Every Breeder Ignores. What about that one? What about this one? Does that one feel like it's something you could use for that title? Let's try a different click trigger. Confirms suspicion. Let's see what we come up with. All right, and by the way, here's what confirms suspicion means. It says, when you confirm your audience suspicion and gives them the pleasure of saying, I knew I was right. I knew it. You kind of, you're making your audience feel smart. Your vet isn't telling you about these 3 foal killers. These are so gloomy. Your foal's death was probably preventable. Oh my gosh, that's sad. That's just like twisting the knife, isn't it? Do any of these work? These might be a little, I mean, I don't know enough about the space. Yeah, way too gloomy and not the right feel. Okay, it makes sense. Yeah. So let's maybe like try a more positive one. Regret. That people definitely lean into regret. Or urgency. Let's try urgency. Oh, it's more curiosity. Okay, hold on. Let's try that one. So curiosity would be like open loop, probably. What about controversy? Is there any controversy for that? Okay, let's do urgency. Sorry, I'm all over the place, you guys. You have to bear with me. I'm freshly caffeinated this morning, so I got a little bit of a squirrel brain. Okay, no controversy at all. Urgency might work, so let's try urgency. And we'll take a look. Urgency is making videos about actions the audience needs to take immediately, grabs their attention, and incentivizes them to click. You need to act fast when your full shows these 3 warning signs. That could be one. What you need to know about these 3 full killers before it's too late. Don't ignore these early signs. Wow. A lot of these are really, I don't know, these would cause some anxiety when someone reads these. Okay, so you have hours, not days. All right. I mean, if you're up for it, give it a shot. Because, you don't have anything to lose. You don't have anything to lose. And you know what else? Your most recent videos, those 2 videos, are really helping this one get some more traction. If you look at your view graph here, this video has had an uptick as a result. All right, so let's come back. We'll move on to the next one. Thank you, Nanad. This music is awesome. Okay, I'm just going to copy. I'm copying your description. Give me 1 second. Is this the description right here? New product for treating arthritis that shows promise. In human being is used for horses with great promise. Oh, you'll explore the science behind. Okay, I think that's the description that you gave me, unless I'm missing it elsewhere in the chat. But let's try that one. All right, what do you think is a good click trigger for this type of title? Curiosity? Let's try curiosity. Or FOMO. Okay, FOMO, I love it. You guys all know what FOMO is? Fear of missing out? Do you want to know a funny thing? I have JOMO, which is the joy of missing out. I often don't go out when my friends or my partner want to go do stuff. And when they all go out and have fun together and I'm at home by myself, I have the joy of missing out because I know I'm probably better off at home. So, all right, here are our FOMO options. The horse medicine that could change your arthritis forever. You're missing this game-changing arthritis discovery from veterinary medicine. The secret arthritis treatment vets don't want you to miss. The arthritis breakthrough hiding in plain sight. Do any of these work? Oh, Em. I have JOMO all the time, you guys. Oh, okay. Oh, it didn't get the description right. Okay. Let me try and reword this. Hold on. There's a new treatment for horses for, is it for horse arthritis? That came from humans. Okay, let's just try that one sentence and see what we get. Yeah, Alan's asking if we can do multiple triggers. I think we can. Let's try that next. Hey, Chad, how are you? Welcome, welcome. All right, so what do we got? The number one horse arthritis treatment you're missing, it started in humans. The revolutionary horse arthritis treatment you haven't heard about yet. I mean, I would probably click on that. Wouldn't you guys click on that? I think I'm going to put that in the chat. But here's the thing. Are these too sensational? That's up for debate, right? The game-changing horse treatment. I think people overuse game-changing. It's almost like a cliche at this point. The human arthritis treatment that's now saving horses. I mean, that's like so direct. I love that one. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you on that. It's a lot of the stuff, especially vidIQ, is going to give you these over-the-top titles that most people won't even use. But anyway, I hope this is helpful. Yeah, you're welcome. I think there's a lot of promise here. Okay, 2 triggers. Let's do FOMO and regret. Okay. FOMO and regret. I wonder if it's going to include both in the same title, or if it's just going to give me a mix of FOMO and regret individually. We'll take a look at authority here in a second. Oh yeah, okay, so it's not combining them, it's just giving us individual titles. You see, like, this top one is FOMO related and this next one is regret related. Yeah, so hopefully that's helpful. Let's do authority. And actually, we'll move on to one other person. Does anyone else? Did anyone else volunteer? Does anyone want me to look at their channel? We'll take a look at some title options for you. I apologize. I haven't really been keeping an eye on the chat very well. Enda, welcome from Vietnam. Good to see you in the chat. For anyone who's just recently joined, we are taking a look at this tool called CreatorHooks Pro, which is designed to help come up with title ideas. So if you have a video you're working on, or if you have a video on your channel already that is not performing well, let me know and we can maybe give you some title ideas that you can use. Just raise your hand in the chat or let me know you want me to take a look. Happy to do it. So we got a question from Chad here. Oops. Ty, how often do you change the titles of your videos? What criteria do you personally use to decide that? I don't think I have like a formula or any kind of criteria. I mean, it really just depends on how much time I have on my hands. But if a video is not doing well and the CTR is pretty low, then I'll often try and change the title, maybe within the first few days. And then I'll kind of see what happens for like a couple more days. If it helps, great. If not, then, nothing's lost. But yeah, it's tough because sometimes you feel like a video is going to do well and you feel like you've got a good title, But what could be dragging the views down of a video isn't the title itself. It could be the topic, because not every topic is going to be super high interest. And so it's hard to know really what causes a video to not perform well. And sometimes changing the title, most times changing the title won't have a positive effect on it. So I wish I had a better answer for you, Chad, but one thing that YouTube has said that they're working on is A/B testing for titles, which will be great. So imagine coming up with 2, potentially 3 titles, and then being able to plug that in when you upload it, and then it'll toggle between them to figure out which ones attract the viewer the best. So I hope they come out with that soon, because the A/B testing for thumbnails is pretty cool, but titles are just as important, if not more important, I would argue, in some cases. Yeah, so Prodigal's asking, do people even bother with the title if the thumbnail doesn't grab them? Yeah, I think it depends on the niche and the content and the demographic. If you have a lot of viewers who watch on mobile, then probably the thumbnail's the most important thing. But I don't know. I think like Em said, there's some searchability with the title, right? And especially if you're making evergreen content, or if you're making how-to content or tutorials, or content that's designed to be search-based, you definitely want it to be in the title. Because what happens if you type something in like, I don't know, how to unclog a toilet? Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. All right, so if you do a search for how to unclog a toilet, you probably want to watch a video that says how to unclog a toilet, right? And the thumbnail is, in this case, definitely reaffirming it. And you've heard the conventional wisdom that says, don't repeat your title in your thumbnail. And I would say that that is true for videos designed for browse traffic, but it is not true for videos designed for search. Because when someone's searching for something, they want to be really, really sure that what gets served to them in the search results are what they want to watch. And there's a reason that this video is showing up number 1, because it's exactly what I searched for. Like, the title is the actual search phrase, and then it's also in the thumbnail. So searchability is important. How to clog a toilet 3 different ways. Unclog a toilet guaranteed. You guys, these videos have millions of views. So if you want to blow up your channel, make a video about unclogging a toilet. I'm kidding. Definitely don't make that video unless your channel is about unclogging toilets or about plumbing. By the way, these videos are all old, 6 years. So it takes a lot of time to accrue, but they're still getting 11, and in this case, 49 views per hour. So what's the lesson? The lesson is, if you are into evergreen content and search-based content, and you build a vast library of search-based videos, you can earn probably a lot of AdSense in the aggregate over time. So there's something to be said about targeting search-based videos. Yeah, chat says, in my experience, changing the thumb and title have revived some slower moving videos. Absolutely. Yeah, if you do it right. I haven't had a ton of success with it myself, but I've seen some of the people I work with who will have a first day or 2 on their video, and then they'll make an adjustment to the title. And in some cases, it's just rewording, like shifting the location of certain words in the title can really help to make it pop a little bit. Yeah, Don, I hear you on that. Not everyone's using YouTube for search, but a lot of people do use YouTube to look things up, to try and learn how to do something. Someone finally agrees with me about search and words in the thumbnail. Yeah. I mean, I think there's caveats to everything. There's search content, there's browse content, and there's different ways of packaging those respectively. And then, yeah, I do think this is true. So Chad's saying, I think the YouTube algo reads the thumbnail and also uses the transcript in addition to the titles. I feel like it rewards videos that are clarity about one clear topic and everything is saying, yeah. So basically you're right. Like, and I think we've confirmed this already. It's looking at the video itself, any words, any pop-up text in the video itself, in addition to the transcript. So that's why when you're creating a video, you guys, if you're scripting a video out, and you really want it to rank in search, then you should be saying those search terms repeatedly throughout the video, because that's going to really reinforce the fact that this video is about the thing that you think people are searching for. Now, of course, the video has to be good, but the title, the description, the thumbnail all reinforce that search phrase. So if you can imagine, coming back to this example, imagine this video, this top video right here, where the guy's showing how to unclog a toilet. Imagine the same thumbnail, but different text, right? Imagine he was trying to get really clever with his text. Now, granted, like the metadata and the transcript and the title is all the same. So we definitely know that this video is about unclogging a toilet by looking at the title. But if the thumbnail leaves a little bit of doubt, then fewer people will click on it, and that sends a signal to the algorithm that people are less interested in that video, and therefore this video might not rank as high in search. Does that make sense? So that's why when you're targeting search, you got to be crystal clear in your title and crystal clear in your thumbnail. And the thumbnail text, in many cases, could and should be identical to the title text. So I hope that clarifies the point. I think I beat that dead horse. So the Carb Survivor is asking, do you put the video description and tags in the video and thumb? Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I don't. So the question is, when you're uploading your video file and your thumbnail file to YouTube during the upload process, do you include the metadata in those files? And I don't. I've seen YouTube videos where people suggest doing so, but I've never read or seen anywhere that it actually helps. And recently we watched a Think Media video on SEO, and they indicated that that's a myth. I tend to trust Think Media with these types of things, so I'll just take them at face value because I've never seen any evidence to the contrary that suggests it's important. Coming back to what was already mentioned, is like what you say in the video is far more important than any tags or any description that you put in there, or any metadata that you put in the file itself. Like the video genuinely has to be about the thing. So personally, I don't spend time on that. Anyone else have a video you want me to take a look at? I'm just here hanging out, looking at titles and figuring things out for you. Let me know. So Don's saying it'd be pretty clever algorithm if it can read the text in an image file. Don, what do you mean by that? Expand more on that if you could. Reliable Bank Solutions, are you back? Do you have a video description we can take a look at? Yeah, the thumbnail's an image file. I think it does, Don. I think it does know the text that you put on the image? Yeah, I would suspect it does. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we know that ChatGPT and other AI tools, you can give it an image and it can read the text on the image. I would suspect that, like when you upload a video to YouTube and you're uploading the thumbnail, that it also can read the text on that thumbnail. Yeah, and then chat about the name of the thumbnail itself, like the words in the file name. How important is that? Again, I've seen people post videos about how you should name it with keywords in it, but who knows? I don't think that's true. Maybe historically it could have been true, but I doubt it. I don't think it's something that the algorithm cares about all that much. Because I mean, maybe it factors in to some extent in a very small way, but the reality is if the video is about something completely different, having text in the file name itself isn't really going to do much in terms of searchability. So I'm going to put in the link in the chat for you guys if you are interested. This is the newsletter I was telling you about earlier. Let me know if that link works for you guys. I'll just show you really quick what it looks like. And it's free, so don't worry about having to pay for anything. Here's my messy inbox. So I've actually created a sort of like a sub inbox specifically for the newsletter, because in my opinion, titles and thumbnails are probably the most important part of YouTube. If you can get those right, then you're going to be ahead of so many other people. So I've created this subfolder in my inbox to capture all of the newsletters that CreatorHook sends out. They send it out every Monday. And what this helps me do is when I get these in my inbox, I can read through them pretty easily. It's a really nicely skimmable email. And I can take a look at this and be like, oh, wow, this is an interesting title. I can see how well it performed. I can see the framework of it right here. And then I can start to think about, is there a way to apply this to my own channel? Would I be comfortable making a video using this framework on topics that are interesting to me or for my viewers? And then I can kind of break it down even more. So why does this title even work? And it gives us the click triggers right here. In this case, it's curiosity, it's desire. And then it even gives us examples of how to use this framework in other niches to help stir some more creativity. So they break down 5 titles per week. They show 4 winning combinations, and then they show 1 that flopped. And then they obviously, this hook score right here is really just a measure of how effective the title has been relative to the average video performance on the channel. So if you're interested in getting this newsletter, it is completely free and it'll just help with creativity and titling. They'll send it to you on Monday. Check the link in the chat. All right, so Reliable has given us a description. Let me copy that. All right, so let me grab this. Okay, so Independence Day 4th, the birth of the United States of America, the U.S. flag, what the 50 stars and 13 stripes represent, U.S. currency, a look at bills and coins used across the country. I think that's what you're saying, right? All right, what do we think a good click trigger would be for this? Curiosity? Let's try curiosity. Okay, Reliable Bank Solutions. Here are some title recommendations for you. Tell me if any of these ring true to you. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Yes, we'll try authority next. Good call out. Ooh, I like this one. Your dollar bill is hiding something most Americans don't know. Oh my gosh. What do you think about that one? Reliable? I would click on that. I think that's cool. I dig it. Do you think that could be a replacement for that one, for your most recent video? So this one right here, USA Independence Day, July 4th. You don't have any views on it. I would say give it a crack. Give it a crack. See what happens. Try that one out, the one I put in the chat, and see if you get any bites. And then next week, let me know if it worked out for you. I'd love to know. Let's try authority next. All right, so would you consider yourself a flag expert? Because that could be a pretty cool title. Flag expert explains why America's colors were chosen. So here's something else for you guys. When you're thinking about your titles, and you're thinking about your credentials or your expertise in a particular topic, if you are certified or credentialed, like officially, think about potentially using that in your title. So here's an example. There might be someone who's a doctor, like a physician, for example, and they're making YouTube videos and they're just trying to educate people on general health-related concepts. In the titles of their videos, they will often put something like medical doctor explains X, Y, and Z, or PhD explains X, Y, and Z, or whatever their credential is, right? Or I don't know, family physician explains, or it could even be doctoral student explains X, Y, and Z. And when people see that, they're immediately drawn to it because there's this assumed level of expertise about the topic, and people want to hear from experts. They don't want to hear, well, they want to hear from experts, but they also want to hear from, I guess, novices as well. So I don't know if anyone out there has a credential or an expert, some sort of like way of articulating that in your title, but think about that. So like M for you, if you're still on, you might even do, I don't know, productivity expert explains. And you might not feel comfortable calling yourself an expert, but you might embellish. Some people who are really tenured in the YouTube growth space, they might put YouTube guru explains. Alternatively, if you want to lean into the novice nature of your experience, but you have a really profound outcome that you want to share, I've seen people do titles like regular guy explains how to make $10,000 a month. Right? Something along those lines. So M's like, no, not yet. M is not a productivity expert. Crazy philosopher, ex-math teacher explains. I like it. Maybe that could be a title. Crazy philosopher explains which spiral notebook to use. They have nothing to do with each other, but it's an interesting title nonetheless. Spoiler alert, AI music expert explains Suno in 6 minutes. Ninad, I love it. that could be a title. I mean, obviously not for your channel because your channel's all about music, but if you were to make a channel about educating people on AI, that could be it. AI music expert explains Suno in 6 minutes. So, food for thought. Was there another description from Reliable? Okay, so let's do this one, you guys. We're gonna grab one more. This one is, my video is about how geography is essential for foundational learning of the banking sector, Earth structure, starting from the global level with continents, oceans. I don't know if I understand. I think your comment may have gotten cut off. Yeah, exactly. The science of raising. You could do horse breeder explains. That could even be for that one video. Horse breeder explains the 3 ways fowls are dying, or something along those lines. Okay, so here you make a great point. You say I can only do it so many times. Let's put that to the test. Let's put that to the test. We're just going to go off on a little adventure right here. Let's just see. All right, so we found this channel and they put lawyer explains right here. And by the way, look at this video, 692,000 views. With lawyer explains up front. But let's see if they have a lot of other videos with that in it. Maybe not. Maybe not. I will tell you, I have seen channels where video after video after video is expert explains, doctor explains, lawyer explains, and people keep clicking on it. So I don't think people really care. I'm just trying to find an example, but I don't want to go down this rabbit hole too much. Let's just try this one. All right, so here's a lawyer explains video. See if there's any more. This guy's all over the place. He's like productivity, finance. Yeah, not a good example, but needless to say, if you end up picking a title that says like horse breeder explains, give it a shot and maybe try that format every couple of videos and see if that attracts new viewers, because my guess would be that would be capture content, meaning it's going to pull in fresh eyeballs to the channel, and that could be a really good strategy to grow. So, food for thought. What's up, Rambler? How are you? Good to see you. Reliable, I don't know if I have the full description for your video, so I don't know if you can give me the description or if we just want to roll with what we have. Let's try counterintuitive. Okay, let me grab the rest of this. Hold on. All right, hopefully I got the description right. We're going to try one more time now that we have the full description in there. Yeah, Prodigal, I agree. And it might be one of those things too, where like if your core community sees you using that title over and over again, I don't think they're going to care. I really don't think they're going to care. And I think those titles are really designed to capture new eyeballs to the channel. So think about that. Here is some title recommendations with the counterintuitive click trigger. So counterintuitive is when you challenge what your audience is thinking, you build curiosity because it's not what they expect. So let me know if any of these ring true. Reliable. The banking industry secrets they don't want you to learn. Your banking knowledge is incomplete without understanding this. I don't know about that. Let's try another click trigger. You like the second one? Why banking experts don't want you to know about geography. I still feel like these are a little too vague, don't you think? Let's try desire. I don't think we've done desire before, have we? All right. And let's just see what desire is. Desire is videos about your audience's hopes, dreams, desires, and goals are obviously interesting to them. How geography unlocks your understanding of world banking. Second one again. Interesting. Okay. So reliable, is this helpful? Is this giving you some ideas? That's too good. Yeah. This is all just, help to get the creativity flowing a little bit. Thanks for volunteering, by the way. Appreciate you giving us the descriptions. I mean, honestly, you spend hours working on this kind of stuff. And in some ways you probably should, because the more time you spend on your titles and your thumbnails, the closer you're going to get to something that people become genuinely interested in clicking on. And then I don't want to encourage you to create mediocre videos, but it almost feels to me like this is, if you put more work and energy into your title, well, the topic as well, topic, title, and thumbnail, than you do into the actual writing and filming and editing, you're going to get more return on your investment. So, food for thought. Let me show you this database again, because I want to show you an example of how I use this thing to help me get a viral video. So do you guys see this one right here? It's called The Side of China the Media Won't Show You. Here's the thumbnail, right? It's just a dude. Looks like he's on a construction site, and it says, "This is China." And this video got a crap ton of views. Let's take a look. This video got 11 million views, and it's less than a year old, and it really helped blow up this guy's channel. So this is a very big outlier video. Now it's like a 40-minute video. It's like a documentary. It's a really good video, by the way. But I saw it in here, and I was like, "The side of China the media won't show you." I was like, I can make a video about YouTube using that same sentiment. And I did. And it ended up being a viral video for my channel. I'll just show you real quick here. This one right here. And I named it, here, we'll actually go into the video. I named it The Hidden Side of YouTube Most Creators Won't Talk About. Right? So you can kind of see the difference between my title and their title. Theirs is The Side of China the Media Won't Show You, and mine is The Hidden Side of YouTube Most Creators Won't Talk About. And this video got over 5,000 views for me, and that's really, really good for my channel. And this was way back when my channel only had maybe 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. So it was a bit of a breakout video for me. But if you watch it, it's just me on the roof. And I've done countless videos of me on the roof talking. Right? And when you look at the actual thumbnail, I put "This is YouTube." And it's kind of like this, I don't know, desolate looking winter picture. This is a lake in my neighborhood that was frozen over. And I set up my camera, I hit record, and I went out and walked on this little pier. And I just grabbed a quick still image from the video. And that became my thumbnail. Yeah, really simple, really basic. There's not a whole lot to it. But I use the same convention in the caption, "This is YouTube." So there's something there, right? And this was the inspiration. And it did really well for me. So that's why I really love this tool, because you can use the database and you can use the weekly newsletter to get some inspiration, get some ideas flowing. And when this came through in the newsletter, I saw it on a Monday and I made the video on Tuesday. And I think I posted it on Thursday. So it was literally like a day and a half, 2 days turnaround time. And then it became a viral video on my channel. So pretty quick turnaround. You never really know. That's why I'm a big advocate of this platform and of the newsletter. And Rambler, thank you, by the way, for the super. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly. And you're never late to the party. The party only starts when you show up. So Val is saying, I don't know how to make thumbnails. Do you have a cheat sheet for that? Val, do you use Canva or anything, or how do you do them now? Be curious. Maybe we'll take a look at your channel, Val, if that's okay with you. You've never done it? Okay. I'll say you just have a few videos, it looks like. A couple of long form. Yeah, I'll give you my quick walkthrough if you're interested. And this will be for anyone else who wants to just see how I make thumbnails. So we'll take a look. We'll look at Canva. Canva, by the way, if you're not familiar with Canva, it's free to use. There's also a monthly subscription you can do. Basically it's a design tool. So I have a project inside of Canva for all of my thumbnails. And this is it right over here. And if anyone has questions on thumbnails, let me know. Just throw them in the chat. Here are my most recent thumbnails. You can see I've got a lot of thumbnails in here. These are basically all of my thumbnails for all of my videos since I've started. Em, you never knew there was a desktop app? Heck yeah, there is. So here's all my thumbnails. Some of them are AI. But yeah, here we go. So here's all of them. Now, the first thing I do is when I need to make a new thumbnail for a new video that I'm uploading, I simply just make a duplicate of a previous thumbnail. So there's the duplicate option. And now this one right here is a fresh new duplicate. I'll basically just grab all of the stuff in it and I'll delete it. So now we're working with a blank slate. And what I like to do is put the title up here. So whatever the new title is for this video goes here. And that way, when I download it from Canva, it has the title as the file name. And going back to the question about the file name itself and the metadata, that's what I do. Now, the next step is I need a still image for the thumbnail. So most times what I'll do is I will open up the video that I've recorded. And so, for example, I will go into one of my projects, and this is my folder system for all of my projects. And this is the most recent video I posted 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I have folders for all of the different assets in this project. So here's what that looks like, the folder system. This over here on the left are all of my video names with the date. And then these are all the different folder assets, like I mentioned. A-roll is essentially just the talking head video clip, the raw, unedited video that I record on my iPhone that I then put onto my computer. So this is just the raw, in this case, 13-minute video that I recorded while I was out camping over the weekend. What I'll do is I'll open up that video. I'm going to mute it so you don't get to hear me. And then I will play the video and I'll kind of scrub through it. And as I'm scrubbing through it, if there's a particular picture that I like, I'll pause it at that moment. So I'll scrub through it, I'll scrub through it, I'll scrub through it. Maybe I like this one. Oops. Let me go back. And you can use the arrow keys too to go frame by frame. So you can kind of see how slow it's rewinding. Now, I know some people will just grab a random still image from their video, and in some cases that works. More power to you. Other people, they'll actually pose. Like they'll take a few minutes and they'll pose, they'll smile, they'll laugh, they'll do a confusing face, they'll do a frustrated face, they'll do all the different emotions. And then they will save all of those as individual still images. So if we liked this one, which I don't, but if we liked it, then I would just take a screenshot. So on my Mac, I would do Command-Shift-4 or Command-Shift-3, takes a screenshot, and now we have a still image that we can throw into Canva right here. Oops, I broke it. Okay, so you see we got our still image in there. And then from here, I just manipulate it. I'll get rid of these black borders. I'll make it full screen. So I'll just click and drag. And I'll try and center it as best I can. So that's the foundation of getting a thumbnail into Canva that you can then work on. And then from here, it's just as simple as adding text or maybe not adding text. So in this one down here, I put the text, "Why are you here?" Down here, I put "Turn on subscriber posts." So the text should be something to help complement the title itself that also adds a little bit of intrigue or mystery. So that's essentially how you would do it. And then, okay, so you want to know how to then get it into YouTube, right? So from here, if we like our finished product, hypothetically, we've done all the other fine tuning, then you just come to share and download. We change this to PNG. PNG is essentially the picture file. And then all we want to do is page number 1, which is this top page, and we hit done and we hit download. And this will then save that thumbnail to our computer. Right? So we're going to save it to our desktop. And now we have a brand new thumbnail right here. This is the thumbnail. That's it. Just me looking goofy. And then once we are in YouTube, as we're uploading our video, let's go here. All right, if we're in our YouTube studio, and we are right here where we're doing upload video on the top right, you'd put your you'd put your movie file in here. So we're just going to do, we'll select file. We'll just hypothetically upload a file here. And then once you're in this detail screen where you can give it a title, you can update your description, you scroll down a little bit and there's this option for thumbnail right here. And then here's where you can upload your own custom file. We're going to grab this one. We're going to upload it. And that is effectively your YouTube thumbnail. That's pretty much it. So we're going to delete that one out. We're not going to actually use this video. But hopefully that's helpful. And yeah, you can watch the replay too if you want to rewatch that whole process. Okay, so Val, if you don't have the option for a custom thumbnail, one thing you might want to do is come into your settings and go into channel and then go into feature eligibility. And you will want to make sure that you have all three of these enabled, because you need to have the intermediate features turned on in order to do a custom thumbnail. And the way to enable this is you need to verify a phone number. Does that help? So yeah, YouTube does require you to verify that you're a real person and that you're actually like legit and not a robot. So there's a few different layers of eligibility for various features, and you have to go through different checks to make sure you can get those turned on. But yeah, thank you for the question. I hope that was helpful to some of you guys out there. Okay, so they're all enabled in green. Yeah, I would just double check. Pretend like you're going to upload a new video. You should see that option to add a custom thumbnail. So, how's everyone else doing out there? So for anyone that's jumped on who would like to get some feedback on a title, let me know. This whole live stream today, it's a workshop on how to improve your titles. We're using a tool called Creator Hooks Pro. And yeah, if there's a video on your channel that you think you might want to change the title on, let's chat about it. Let me know, raise your hand. Or if you're working on a new video and you need some help coming up with a title, let me know as well. See if we can get a really killer clickable title for you. And I'll put the link in the chat again for the newsletter. Okay. I think that's Jackie, right? Yeah, we can take a look, Jackie. There's the newsletter if y'all are interested in it. All right, we're going to take a look at Jackie. You guys, this is fun for me. I hope it's fun for you. I'm kind of a geek when it comes to this stuff. Alrighty. Yeah, it makes a point. If you're doing shorts, I don't think you can do a thumbnail for shorts. I'm not sure, actually. I haven't done any shorts. So Jackie, is there a channel, is there a video on your channel that you would want to potentially rework the title for? Maybe one that you're okay experimenting with, like maybe something that you have some lower views on. And if you don't have a preference, let me know. I can just pick one too. Okay, so the Home Depot new plants. Which one is that? Oh, this one right here? The second one? This one's doing pretty good though. Are you sure you'd want to change the title on that one? Okay, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. So we're going to go into the description, show transcript, get rid of the timestamp, grab the entire transcript, go to ChatGPT. Can you read this and give us a 3-sentence description? Not terribly long, please. Let's see what happens. That might be too long. Let's just see. Can you shorten it by 25%? Let's get rid of this. I'm a stickler for too many tabs. It gives me anxiety. Anyone else feel that? I hate having all these tabs open. Okay, we're gonna go in here. Okay, it almost gives us the full thing. I hate that doesn't give us. Yeah. All right, maybe this is a better description because it's shorter. All right, perfect. Perfect. So Jackie, let's just read through this and make sure this rings true to the mission of this video. So Jackie from Latino Plants zips through Home Depot's garden center, highlighting newly watered hanging baskets, Hoya, I don't know how to say that. I'm not even gonna try. Maria, Marble Queen. Okay, this is, yeah, I can't say those words. And more. Targeted at $16.98 to $20.98. She scans cacti, succulents, proven winner. Okay, cool. So it's really giving us a rundown of what you did. So hopefully that's a good description. What do we think is a good click trigger? What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. What's a good click trigger for this video for Jackie? Yeah, Val, you're welcome. Big Mayo. No problem, man. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you guys for participating. Prodigal, what do you mean? Proven winner picks? Ooh, what about stop? Let's try stop. Okay, list. All right, let's do stop first. We'll come back to list, and then Jackie, if there's one you want to do, let us know. All right, so here we go. We've got, let me make it a little bit bigger. Stop buying plants at Home Depot until you watch this. I stopped rushing through plant shopping. Here's what I found. You need to stop ignoring these Home Depot plant deals. I kind of like that one. What do you think? You need to stop ignoring these. I mean, it's very abrasive. It's very direct. I don't know if your audience would vibe with that, but you know, maybe this is a video for people that you haven't met before. You like that one? Or stop missing out on these hidden gems? Okay. Um, yeah. So what do we say? List. Let's do a list. Okay, now we have a listicle style video. 5 plants I'd buy again from Home Depot's garden center. What do you think about that one? I kind of like that one. That's just me. Ooh, 8 plants under $21 that look way more expensive. And in talking to Rachel, my understanding of the houseplant niche is that people don't talk about cost all that much with the plants. And I know one of her houseplant video tours that she did, where she put in the title like how much these things cost, that video did quite well for her. So I'm wondering if putting a dollar amount in the title could be something that captures a lot of attention. Yeah, I get that. 9 Home Depot plant mistakes you're probably missing. I don't even know what that word is. 5 variation tricks? Yeah. Let's do one more. Maybe beginners. Let's target beginners. Because you might have a lot of people that are new to the houseplant space or new to shopping for houseplants that might not know how to do it correctly or like what to look out for. Beginner plant parent. I'll show you how to shop Home Depot like a pro. I mean, I feel like you have that credibility, right? Because you do a lot of the big box store reviews. Home Depot Plant Shopping 101, my best tips for beginners. Look at that. And then here's the other one. Here's what I found at Home Depot for under $21. So again, including the price. Or maybe in the thumbnail too, you could put under $21. So, food for thought. You also do repots. So I want to pick another video from your, and by the way, here's just a quick, I'm going to plug Ninad's channel again really quick. If you guys like the background music, you can go there and you can check out his music. So let's come back. Let's find a video, Jackie, that maybe hasn't done as well as you would have hoped. Maybe this one here. Repotting my new swap plants. 212 views from 2 weeks ago. Do the same process here. We're going to grab the transcript. Ninad. And this is a long video. So let's get that. Come back to chat. Can you give me a... Okay, this might be too long. Let's see, shorten it. See what happens. And this might be the last one we do because I do have to jet to another call here in a little bit. I don't know if that's any shorter. Let's find out. Nope. Yeah, Val, you are welcome. I hope you enjoy. Nanette, I don't know if ChatGPT can understand what 500 characters is. I can't tell you how many times I have fought with ChatGPT specifically about the word count or character count. It is like mind-numbing. We're going to go with this one. So Jackie from Latina Plants posts a 1-week swap update, flashing begonias, Hoyas, and 2 alocasas just out of the humidity dome list. Late at night, she detangles them. Okay, I think this is a great description. Jackie, what kind of click trigger do we like on this one? Here are the options. I did not know that. It counts spaces? That's kind of dumb. I'll have to play with that more. What about drama? Let's try drama. Val, I'll put it in the chat here in a minute. This one is a paid monthly subscription, by the way. All right, we'll come back and do beginner in a minute, but let's take a look at drama. And let's look at what drama is. People love drama, whether they like to admit it or not, and leveraging it in your titles is a great way to get people to click. All right, do any of these speak true to your video, Jackie? I mean, this one, my humidity dome plants are already failing this test. Yeah, they do. My plant swap is already dying after 1 week. I mean, that's like super direct and depressing. Let's go beginner. Let's go beginner and see what happens. Yeah. If you've ever purchased a plant, there was drama. All right, here are the beginner options. Beginner plant care. My 1 week swap results with humidity dome plants. The only thing I don't like is that some of these are pretty long. Here's something though. We haven't played with the custom instructions before. Let's see if we can give it a custom instruction to keep it fewer than 60 characters. And let's see what it comes up with. Val, there's no art or science to the character count. Some people will swear by fewer than 60 characters or fewer than 55 characters, but I can't tell you how many viral videos I've seen where the titles are extravagantly long. All right, here are much shorter titles. Ooh, this one might be a little scary. This is why 99% of beginners kill their Hoyas. Wow. Jackie, do any of these work? Or are these a bit too extreme? Beginner plant mistake, or plant beginner mistakes, my week 1 swap update. Let's change it to 70 characters. And let's go with conflict. Kill is a hook for sure. All right, we've got conflict, and now we have 70 characters. Conflict is defined by people love conflict, problems, disagreements, and struggles. These build tension and make people want to know what's going on and what's going to happen. I kind of like this one. I'm battling my plant swap at 2 a.m. Send help. That's kind of funny. I don't know if I'd pick that one, but it's kind of funny. Your plant swap is doomed. Here's why. 911. The plants were struggling. Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of cool. Like it's getting some of those details down. What's up, Nick? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. I think we want to pick another click trigger. What about desire? And let's make it 80 characters. And this will be the last generation because I got to jet to another call. Yeah, Nick, I've been using this for a while and then I canceled it, but then I re-signed up and I'm using it more and more with my community. And I figured I might just help people understand like the breadth of title frameworks and click triggers that you can really get into. And if anything, just subscribe to their newsletter because it's free. So here we go. We've got desire. Jackie, let me know if any of these look or sound good. I kind of like this one. Your perfect plant swap setup. Humidity dome to grow lights. Right, that's an option. And just to level set, here's what we're looking to change out of. This is the existing title. Repotting my new swap plants. Right? It's short, which is great, but it's also very vague. There's no real like incentive or value to the viewer. So if we could swap it out for something like this, your perfect plant swap setup. Or if you want to use the plant names as keywords, you know, just kind of food for thought there. So Jackie, hope this is helpful. Let me give you guys the links for all this stuff for anyone interested. And thank you for the support there, the science of raising horses. Glad you liked it. And if you guys like this style of live stream where I pull up your channels and we do a little bit of analysis on stuff, let me know because this is the kind of stuff I like to nerd out on. Yeah, give me a sec here. Thanks, Val. Here's the newsletter. So if you guys don't want to pay anything, that's perfectly fine. At least sign up for the newsletter because every Monday they will email you and you will get a nice, easy to read email that breaks down different title frameworks, high performing outlier videos, and it'll give you an idea of how to plug and play that title into your own niche. So at minimum, take a look at that because I think that newsletter, of all the million newsletters that I subscribe to, that is the only one that I reliably look at every single week. And I even go a step further and I share examples of their newsletter in my community because I just think it's so powerful to share with people. And then if anyone likes the tool that I've been sharing, here's the link for that. And yes, there is an affiliate link there. It's like $29 a month. It gives you access to everything I've been showing you here. I hate like looking and sounding like a salesperson, but if you just liked the exercise that we went through today on this live, I would say at least give it a shot for a month or two. See if you can find some cool ideas in there, poke around with it. There's not a lot of complexity to the tool itself, but if you use it in the right way, it can really help drum up some ideas for video titles. And Rambler, thank you. I really appreciate that, man. That's I never know what to say when you guys support me. So I just, thank you for being here. Appreciate you hanging out and definitely appreciate your support. But with that, I'm gonna have to end it here, you guys. I got another call I got to get to. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay cool out there for those of you in a heat wave. And we'll do this again soon. Thanks so much. And I'll talk to you guys later.